Welcome back, fellow space and kitten enjoyers! August was quite a month for Kitten Space Agency, with lots of updates and mainly the introduction of the pre-alpha builds to a small group of people. Let's dive right in. First thing in August, we got a nice update of the progress of the parts system being implemented. As said in the town hall, parts are the next big milestone in the development of KSA. We can see the Gemini capsule. It will offer a place for 6 service modules. In these modules you will be able to place all kind of parts like science experiments, etc. It will be configurable to some degree, but not be fully procedural. We also see drafts for the tanks in different sizes. This will indeed be a big milestone for KSA once it's available. On the 15th of August, it was announced that a first private pre-alpha build is made available to a select few people from industry partners and educational organizations. Later, Dean announced that also content creators would be able to request access, which I immediately did. Gladly, I was accepted and gained access to the builds. Since then, we had a lot of streams checking out various parts of the games. Thanks to everyone who joined, that was a lot of fun. Also doing the very first public gameplay stream and being mentioned in the dev updates channel specifically, and having many of the devs join the stream live was definitely one of the best moments in my content creator history so far. We also successfully did a free return trajectory mission to the moon on stream. Next, we did a nice tour through the whole system and showcased all the interesting bodies. I say interesting because most of the smaller moons and asteroids, etc. right now are just plain white balls without a real texture. Links to the live streams and edited videos are in the description, of course. If you don't want to miss any of the streams or videos in the future, feel free to subscribe. We got some nice screenshots from Dean labeled Earthrise, although only 2 of them actually show an Earthrise, but all of them are very beautiful. A short video is showcasing updates to the RCS Autopilot feature for following a targeted vehicle. This will be super helpful when trying to dock. This one is more for the modders, a tool which helps you export planet textures and manipulate stuff. A lot of improvements went into the target system and closest approach UIs. We got a nice screenshot of the progress on Martian dust storms. We also went there in the live streams and checked out the dust storms up close. They are really impressive. Links to the streams are in the description. When we finally got a target flight computer UI and were able to orient anti-target to zero out relative velocity properly, finally rendezvous were possible. Which we obviously immediately did live on stream and were able to do the very first rendezvous of the Apollo and Gemini vehicles. Of course, you guessed it, link to the stream and the edited video are in the description. Of course, as always, I want to point your attention to some notable commits from this month. Apparently, multiplayer implementation has started. It is very important for the devs to start this early in the development process to avoid implementing other systems first and then later noticing that they are not really compatible with multiplayer. It was super thrilling for me to see this, as it was the first indication of builds becoming available for people outside of the company. And as we now know, a bit more than a week later, the pre-alpha builds arrived. I already found a music folder in the game files, which contains 1 song so far. But so far I have not been able to figure out how to trigger it in-game. This commit indicates that there is work going on to include music now. So that was August. Pretty interesting stuff. If you like these monthly summary videos, feel free to subscribe to not miss any in the future. Thanks for watching and see you around. Bye bye.